What's up, everyone? Oh, quite the day. Interesting going to be see what happens with Trump here. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know, like Congress announced already that they were opposing Trump's deal on these tariffs and everything. And what's funny is Trump saying like, "Oh yeah, we're economy's building. It's building. Yeah, tell that to the farmers down in the states. Tell that to all soybean farmers. They're down 80%. Like that's insane. Like first of all, Carney made a deal with the China to bring in those EVs so we could get our grains out to market. Now farmers are happy. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, the automakers, they're a little pissed off, blah, blah, blah. But there's a lot more farmers. Like, he's got to realize there's more farmers than there is automakers. Like, and really bringing all these, like, big companies and having them built in America really make any sense? Like, if we had free trade right across the board, we wouldn't have to worry about where the shit's made, right? I don't know. Just outsourcing. Like, is there really much really truly made in America? Like, even stiletto hammers, I don't even know if they're made in the US anymore. So that's interesting. Oh, yeah, and what else? Yeah, and then fudging those numbers about the measles here in Canada. Hey, Tolga. It's pretty messed up that the provincial government's messing with those measles numbers. That's not something they should be joking around with. Like, unless they're trying to put pressure on people to. First of all, Canada's immigration is a little bit too at fault of this because a lot of these people, yes, they had to have vaccines to come here, but not necessarily the measles vaccine. And the funny part, Tolga, this is deep. Like, okay, here, let's get down a rabbit hole. Okay, we had a flu. Uh, oh man, we're gonna talk probably 20 years ago. We had a flu. Hey, what's up there, boy B? So there was a kind of an epidemic here. It was called swine flu, N1H1. And what's really funny is it started in Gillam, Manitoba. Gillam, Manitoba is, yeah, I live in Canada. I live in Manitoba. Gillam, Manitoba is a very isolated place up north here in Manitoba. And like, what a perfect breeding ground to test stuff. And this, like, N1H1, it almost took out the whole town. I know a kid, right? Well, he's not a kid anymore, who lived there during this. He almost died because of this N1H1 virus. They had sent body bags, cases and cases of body bags up there. They didn't expect anyone to fucking survive this virus, which is insane. Hey everyone. Hey Fupsy. Hey Connor. So this N1H1 almost killed him. He has a permanent stent in his chest to drain fluids, and he's had this in his chest for over 20 years now. He was in aerospace, took all of his aerospace schooling, spent way too much money, probably like 60 grand on his education. And he got that N1H1 and it almost killed him. And now he had to switch careers after wasting 60 grand in aerospace education. Uh, but back to this measles. Guess where the measles started again? Gillam. Wow, this remote place in northern Manitoba just happens to just be a breeding ground for weird fucking viruses. It doesn't make any sense. The only reason that this makes sense is that they're using them as a fucking testing ground for something, seeing how fast something spreads. But isn't that funny that how shit like that's happening right now? What's YouTube trying to hold? Goy soup? Am I Christian? I'm kind of on the fence right now. Christian, Catholic. The wife's Catholic, so I don't know. Catholicism's a little too deep for me right now. I like to eat meat on Fridays. You guys ever wonder why they always serve fish on Fridays at restaurants? It's always a special. It's because of Catholicism and Catholics. Yeah, they don't eat meat on. They'll eat fish, but they won't eat meat on Fridays. And then with Christmas Eve, you're not allowed to eat meat as well. And then Easter, or is it the day before Easter? I can't remember. I can't follow all of her rules. It's funny, one day she forgot it was Friday and we had McDonald's hamburgers. Oh, she was so choked. It was like watching a Jew eat shellfish and not knowing it was shellfish. It was. She was so choked. Uh, yeah, yeah. In Catholicism, I'm not a big fan of Catholics. There's a lot of unjust things that they've done in the past here that still haven't been uh, dealt with, and still they're still dealing with this issue, and no one seems to be really putting an eye to it. But we'll talk about Epstein, but we won't talk about what the Catholic Church is doing. Well, I think the wife is back home, so I might have to end here. Oh, but that's interesting. Isn't that weird how, yeah, how the measles starts in the same town as where N1H1 started? How's it going? I'm just doing a quick live after, talking about the stuff I won't talk. I just threw the stuff in the dryer so it's warm and not all balled up again. It's like a big ball of clothes. So yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah, what else happened? Yeah, and then this Trump thing here. Really, when did that happen? And really, what it does come like, I just find it funny that it started at that town, but just last week. That's messed up. I'm gonna have to look into that. What are my thoughts on colored people? I don't know. I used to work for the Asians quite a bit, so I don't know. I remember growing up, like we wouldn't see Indians or anything. I think we had like one native kid in my class when I was growing up. The wife is different though. She grew up next to a reserve, so kids always went there. But yeah, that measles outbreak, I'm definitely gonna have to look up. That's just really weird. Well, the issue is, I had just brought this up earlier. I don't know if everyone was here for that. The issue is some of this immigration, but I can't put that directly here to Manitoba because the outbreak started in this remote place. So I can't. But what is happening though? I think. Well, okay. This is the agenda I see them pushing right now. This is what I see happening. Is the people that the government brought in here as refugees or new. Canada did a huge push to bring in new like migrants, new blood to Canada. But the thing is, they were only allowed to have like, they only needed so many different types of vaccines so to come here. They weren't fully loaded up. Like they wouldn't have like the measles vaccines or anything else like that. That'd be like a cost plus thing when they get here. But they should have, the federal government here in Canada should have realized that that was going to be an issue sooner or later. Well, apparently now it's later, but no one took that into consideration. If you're going to have people moving from country to country, you want them properly vaccinated, right? Like, it like, and there is an agenda here that people are pushing. It's like, oh, it's all the anti-vaxxers. It's all the anti-vaxxers. No, it has nothing to do with anti-vaxxers here. And the measles vaccine is a lifetime vaccine. It's not like you have to go. I think it's a two-part vaccine though. But once you have it, you're good. It's 3 a.m. there. Holy afternoon. What's up, Underground Autonomous? I look like Felix from Stray Kids. Well, Felix the cat kind of wore a hat like this too. It's 2340. Holy crap. What? Okay, YouTube just asked me if I wanted to do a Q&A. It's like, what's my favorite cake flour? That was pretty funny. Why would I want to know what people's cake flour is, preferences? I just use regular white flour anyways. Going to live. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go do some more looking into, and then Mark Wiseman too. He had a big part of Canada's readjustment on the Canadian pension plan, and some other major financial dealings in Canada like that. So I'm gonna dig into him. And if you guys don't remember who Mark Wiseman is, he's the new advisor to Washington for Canada, who was a very high-ranking person in BlackRock. And if you don't know who BlackRock is, BlackRock pretty much owns everything. So that's interesting. So this will be what I'm looking forward to is the deals that are going to happen now. Because with Mark Wiseman heads up against Trump and his advisory committee and stuff, it's going to be interesting. It's definitely there's definitely going to be some words for sure. Mark Wiseman is not a guy to be taken lightly by any means. He's and then Mark Wiseman, his ties to Mark Carney is when Mark Carney was the not representative, he was like the chairperson for the Bank of England. So I think him and Mark there probably had some ties right there too. So they've been friends for quite some time. And then what's her name? Kirsty Williams or Kirsty Freeland. She didn't resign her position as head. Well, sorry, they call it chief liaison, not head liaison. So she still retains that title, but really at the table, the one who's in power right now when it comes to decisions between Washington and Canada, it's comes down to Mark Wiseman. So that's pretty crazy. Definitely something to look into. Still trying to find more information about Ori Sullivan. Pretty much everything's come to a complete shutdown. And what did happen there? Like, are we ever going to find out if those viruses, will those vials they found labeled with such viruses and disease, was that such? Where was that what was in the vials? Are we going to actually know that? Or are we going to have to wait till it gets declassified 10 years down the road from now? And then what does China have to do with this as well? Please do a clean shave. No, I'm not going to do that. Definitely not. I wish I could, but no. I get ID'd too badly. Uh, is there free candy in your van? Totally. If you have free candy, I'll totally come in your van and then we can wrestle. Totally. Totally down for that. Shingles is actually always in you. It's a virus you always carry with you. Just how it comes out of you. It's weird. It's and you can get a shingles vaccine too. That's a two-part shot. And it here in Canada, I think the first shot is like $90, and then the second shot is like 120. And yes, you have to pay that out of pocket. Federal government does not pay for that. Entire bottle of chlorine. Well, if you mix flour, sugar, and chlorine together, you can make homebrew. Yeah, that's what the natives do here in northern isolated areas because liquor is prohibited. So you see a lot of bags of sugar, bags of flour, and jugs of bleach. And if you know the reserves up north, they don't use bleach to clean anything. They don't even clean. So yeah, you can make some homebrew with that. You just leave it in the bathtub. It'll ferment, and then you just scrape off all the flour on the top after. And yeah, you got some. It will make your nose turn red though, and it could swell your nose. I'll warn you that right now. That's why you see some natives, they got that big swollen nose. It's because they're drinking that bleach tub brew. Bleach tub brew. Yeah, pretty crazy, eh? What's my favorite flavor of chlorine? I don't know. Chlorines have flavors. I guess different brands have different strengths. And then really when it comes down to it, like what is bleach? It's chlorine. So do you prefer the smell of bleach or do you prefer the smell of chlorine? Because it's the same thing. Fun fact. You can also take powdered chlorine, mix it with sugar and water, and it will react quite violently. If you put it in a 2 liter bottle, it will explode the bottles. Google says possibly 5 times less because of the vaccine, but here's always risk, but if better. Oh, yeah, exactly. But yeah, measles does lead to something else. Not necessarily shingles, though. Shingles is always with you. It's just when it decides. It's like cancer. Everyone has cancer. It's just when it decides to, metastasize and break out. Almost like a like a herpes outbreak. Oh, sorry, no sex today. It's funny. Oh, you said flavor, but yeah, it's still flavor. I don't know. I don't know. Clorox. I'll go with Clorox. I'm not gonna use that off-brand bleach. I want the good stuff. Oh yeah. Mm. There's another thing going around, but I'm not gonna talk about it on here. That's pretty crazy. There's a new drug going around. Bring back eating Tide Pods. Like, what would make people even think that was okay? Like, really? What would. There's another weird fad going around too that people are hurting themselves on. Can't remember what it is though, but there's always some weird fad going on. I still keep seeing 6-7 everywhere. It's like everywhere I'm playing a video game, guess what the score is? 6-7. Guess how much money I have left in the bank? 67 cents. Like 6-7, 6-7. Aw. I don't know, look delicious. And you know what's funny? Back in the day, you could buy soap candy. I don't know if you can buy soap candy anymore. It tasted like dish soap. Yeah, and then it turned into gum. Uh, what was that other? There's another. Those little purple gums. What are they not? What are they called? Thrives?
Thrills.
Thrills. That's kind of like soap candy. Yeah, I don't know. That kind of has a bleachy taste. I guess drinking bleach is better than eating diapers. Anyone ever watch that My Strange Addiction where that chick would go steal diapers from her friends who just had kids so she could go and like sniff and eat what was inside the diapers? And what's funny is she was married. Wow. Like as a husband, how would you gas station? Prefer the smell of like two-stroke fuel over gas. Unless it's like 100 octane. 100 octane just has that nice sweet smell to it. You could wear it as cologne. What's up, Stephen John? Anything in the news that you seen that's like really messed up? Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, like with the Guthrie's thing. Right from day one, I refused to talk about it on the news channel because it just didn't make any sense right from the hop. And then I don't know. With the technology they have right now, they should have had some type of really good evidence. Right now, they're just like Seems to be just arresting people out of whim. I don't think she was kidnapped. I think it's just a giant psyop, really, to tell you the truth. What? Add Q&A stickers. Donate to a charity. Donate to a charity. Sorry, YouTube is asking me weird questions right now. Donate to a charity. Here, right here, right here. Donate to this charity. This is to do a live with actual news. It's not easy to do in a day. It's a lot of writing, and it's hard to find stuff that's not BS. Or Epstein or Prince Andrew. But Andrew's like, that's awesome. I'm kind of jealous. What about Jesus? What about Jesus? And was that taking the Lord's name in vain, or was that a question? Because there's no question mark. Because it's two totally different things. It's either taking the Lord's name in vain or it's a question. It's hard to make you uncomfortable. Yeah, if you go back and watch some of my older stuff, yeah, it'll make you uncomfortable. But I've been on here for 13 years. Now I'm like doing news stuff, so but if you go back and watch the news stripped down real news, it's just basic no drama news that affects global markets, affects everyone as a whole. Where can I buy a real 6'5" cowboy from a king? I mean, for a king. Yeah, I can do that later. Yeah, I'll pop on. I can't do it right now. Normally, I'll sub to other people's channels if they sub to mine too. Trying to get up to 1,000, and then I'm gonna separate News Strip down to its own separate channel, and then I'm gonna, yeah, that too, eh? Thanks, James. er, er, er. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna separate everything, put it over separately. Then I'm just trying to figure though, like, should I do a 4:30 with just the facts news, and then at 4:30 should I do all the BS news that's on there, so you can stick around for the other half an hour of just BS? Like I'll talk about Epstein and the Gun 3 stuff, or it does not work if I do that. Work that time. Oh, but yeah, I'm gonna jet. Just do a short live here after. But yeah, if there's anything you guys want me to talk about, or anything that you think I missed in the news, like I said, I won't talk about any drama stuff, no school shootings, no gun violence, no police chases, and like even the stuff about Andrew. Listen to how I've worded that. I've left Epstein's name out of it completely when I do talk about Andrew. And another thing is that at Jeffrey Epstein narrative with Andrew, everyone's kind of thinking that he's in trouble for like sexual allegations. No, this is not the case. It has to do with him leaking national security information while he was the trade envoy. And this could be a life sentence, but that's never going to happen. He might see some time in jail, but it's never going to happen. Deadly. Thanks, Ray. So, yeah, I'll talk to you later. Oh, so yeah, that's interesting. But I do word things to avoid drama. And yes, I do talk about a lot of like warfare purchases and stuff that's happening like overseas. I really didn't want to talk about the Iran thing today in the news, but it's kind of justified at the moment in time because Britain seems to be getting their 2 cents in word wise, and I don't know, the negotiations obviously didn't work out very good, but there's some major aircraft starting travel going to the Middle East from the United States. Yeah, exactly. It's not about Epstein, it's about state secrets now. Yeah. And you know what's funny is I'm surprised that hadn't been brought up earlier. But no, and that too, yeah, the Mandolin scandal. But yeah, that's it for today. Yeah, here Monday to Friday, 4 to 4:30 p.m. Central Time. Yeah. So unless something really crazy, if Trump does something really fucking stupid this weekend, um, I probably won't go live. I'm gonna enjoy my weekend, but I will be back on Monday. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button too if you like just news facts, blah blah blah, or if you guys wanna just talk nonsense about the bullshit news too. Eyes Wide Shut, Snake Eyes. There's so many movies right now that are making sense. A Scanner Darkly with Keanu Reeves and Robert Downey Jr. and Woody Harrelson. And oh, what was her name? Chick from Beetlejuice is in it too. Winona Ryder. Great cast. Great cast. You guys got to check out A Scanner Darkly because it's happening right now. It is. Like, it's so crazy. And then the super drugs. Yeah, wait till you find out what the super drugs are that are going to mess up the world here. Because I know what they are already, but I'm not going to tell you. And you can find it anywhere. Anywhere. I'm not joking. You don't need to buy it. I could go to somebody's house and I could find it. Yeah, it's crazy. My Bradley Martin's dad. I don't tell you the truth, I don't know who that is. I do magic in secret. Nah, I don't. I can make my pee-pee disappear. I can turn myself into a girl really quick with 2 shakes. 2 shakes, I can make myself a woman. But anyways, I'm out of here today, guys. Yeah, go down in the comments after the thing if there's something I missed or something that you think that I should be brought attention to or something that needs more attention. Totally leave a comment. And I will see you guys on Monday. Like the medicine type of stuff. Bad Wednesday. The magic kinds. Yeah, magic beans. Yeah, wait till I tell you about the magic drug that's going to be hitting the world as an epidemic. But I won't talk about that in the news. But until next time, Monday, 4 to 4:30 Central PM time. Waka 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 waka. Monday. Okay, peace out, you guys. I'm out of here.